Hello and welcome. I'm Lloyd, and this is the Dressing Gown Diary. It's a bit of a special one because I'm away in Dubrovnik, in Croatia. I experienced a wonderful evening last night as Croatia thumped Argentina 3-0. But I thought you, the Dressing Gown Diary followers, should all get the opportunity to view this beautiful vista. Anyway, let's move on. So what happened at the weekend? England again started well, but can't seem to find a way of closing the game out. That is incredibly worrying for any England fans out there. Has Eddie Jones now lost the dressing room? He's got problems in the fact that he can't seem to adapt tactically. This was first shown by Scotland's efforts at counter-rucking in the Six Nations that was followed the week after by France. So they don't seem to have understood that the opposition can also play, and they're in a way that they want to play, and you've got to come up with counter-arguments to that. It's great to see Danny Cipriani coming in, but we'll talk more about the future in a second. But certainly, England blown away again by South Africa, dejected, and the interviews from Ben Youngs at the end of the game just shows a team that really don't want to engage. It was a bit like Mike Brown after losing to Australia. How did it go? We lost in the World Cup. England seem to have lost their way, can't seem to progress. Wales closed out a great victory against Argentina, have now climbed to third in the world. They've developed the squad, they've pulled players in. Gatland now has a problem actually with selections about what he does, who he brings in. Who his starting lineup is, preferred starting lineup. It's very, very challenging. Australia couldn't close the series out against Ireland. Great victory for Ireland, coming against and bring it into the final game. Interesting that Schmidt's come out this week though and said it's not about this three-match series. It's all about the World Cup. I think that's a load of crap, to be honest. Let's not get excited here about the World Cup. Let's talk about winning a series in Australia. That's important, Joe. Focus on that. New Zealand closed out against France as expected, but France are actually showing some signs of recovery. Can they get anything from the final game? So this weekend's fixtures, the big one realistically is the Australia-Ireland game. Ireland have made some big changes. They've shaped up their midfield with Bundy coming back in to add some ballast and some strength. And Jacob Stockdale on the wing as well. He was injured. So a lot of the changes have been actually enforced by injury rather than selection questions. But I do actually fancy Australia to... no, I don't. What am I talking about? Ireland are going to close it out. That's what I think. So that is the Freddy's Flutter for the weekend. Back Ireland to close out the series. So, moving on to France, I don't think they'll get anything again from New Zealand. It'll close out 3-0. It's an opportunity for New Zealand to again stretch their muscles, see what's going on. But realistically, it's not one to watch. I know the TFL guys won't appreciate that, but hey-ho, it's a reality. It's a poor French side. The final game of interest of the weekend is, of course, England. Can they close out against South Africa? But South Africa are blooding a few players. If they can't find a win there, the next England fixture is again at South Africa, but it's at home, and then New Zealand. So this losing run could extend. It's really important for England to try and close this out now, but I would wet myself if they didn't. Scotland, can they bounce back from their loss to the USA last weekend? Admittedly, it was a Scottish B team, but it's the first time the Eagles have beaten a Tier 1 nation, so it was great to see for rugby. Anyway, this is the Dressing Gown Diary, reporting from Dubrovnik. Over and out. Enjoy your weekend.